Matters. This week we're joined in the studio by the director of Station F, the world's largest startup incubator based here in Paris, Roxanne Varza, who is an Iranian-American dual national, was previously a startup advisor at Microsoft France. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, since the opening of Station F in 2017, you've taken in over 3,000 entrepreneurs from across the world, and they come from the US, China, India, and of course, the Middle East.
Yes, actually, we've gotten a lot of international attention and interest, a lot more than what we expected. So today, the countries that are sending us the most entrepreneurs are the US and the UK, so probably something having to do with the current political climate there, followed by India, China, and then a lot of Middle Eastern countries. And today, the country that is leading the Middle East is Iran.
And so that's the next question for you. You're very closely connected to the industry in Iran. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's very interesting for us to see that actually how many Iranians are interested in coming and working at Station F. I think a lot of people from around the world are interested, but what we're starting to see, and perhaps as a result of sanctions, is that a lot of young entrepreneurs actually want to leave and build their businesses now outside of Iran, and I think that's part of where the interest is coming from.
And that's the big question here. How, in your opinion, are these US sanctions having an impact on the startup scene in Iran? Has it somehow impeded their progress?
So I think sanctions is not something new in Iran. We've been seeing it kind of for a while, and I've been following kind of the development of the Iranian ecosystem for a while. So I would see they actually had creative ways of getting around the different barriers, but this recent withdrawal from the agreement seems to have had a bigger blow locally. So I'm now seeing a lot of, there are people who are still kind of positive, and they want to stay and they want to figure out solutions, but a lot of jobs have been kind of cut back on. A lot of people are just feeling a bit more hopeless than they were before, and so a lot of them are turning to international solutions.
Now, shifting the conversation slightly to the founder of Station F, the F stands for Femme, which is women in French. Talk us through how you try and support women in the region and whether you've witnessed any cultural differences when it comes to working out there and here in Europe, for example.
Yeah, so actually I don't have any specific engagement with women in Iran at the moment, but one thing that's always kind of been very fascinating for me is to see how many women actually go through engineering and STEM degrees in university. It's a lot more than what we see in Western countries. So, for example, in France, roughly 10 to 20% of people doing an engineering degree are women, whereas in the Middle East, especially in Iran, that's the figure that I currently have, it's around 60 to 70%. It's much, much higher. And so we can see actually there is something cultural at play with why people decide to study a certain topic. And unfortunately, this doesn't continue in the workplace. We see that women, after getting the degree in the Middle East, actually kind of drop out of the workforce. And so this is something that I wish could be more encouraged.
Something that needs to be addressed. Very briefly, tell us about the reactions that you tend to get from Iranians, because you and I have previously spoken about this, and it's not all positive.
Yeah, actually, I try to take it lightheartedly, but it's not always easy. There was an article that was published about me. I think it was mistranslated from being one of the most influential people to being one of the richest people. And so I got a lot of Iranians reaching out to me asking for funding, asking for financial support. And if people who know me know that that couldn't be farther from the truth. I don't have anywhere near an incredible amount of wealth. And so people would actually get quite aggressive with me, especially Iranian people, when I said, I can't help you with funding whatever it is that you're looking for. So I really kind of want to set the record straight. I'm happy to help in a lot of other ways.
Roxanne Varza, I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And that's it for this week. Don't forget you can reach out to us on both Facebook and Twitter. That's Middle East Matters France 24. Thank you for watching.